the domestic diva. Yesterday was a very, very special day for me. Although I didn't do anything special, still in all, I have been thinking, planning, organizing, and just looking forward to all the things that I desire to accomplish in this new year. I just turned 64 years old. Now, to some of you, that may be a little old. To some, maybe not so old. But I just want you to know that if you are where I am in life, at this time, age will not keep you back from achieving your goals. Okay? 64 years old, as long as you're taking care of yourself, you should be able to accomplish the things, the realistic goals in your life that you have planned. So I am on a redefining journey. At first I thought I was going to be reinventing myself, but no, this is not about reinvention. I love who I am. I'm not trying to change anything. I just need to redefine some things. And a lot of what I need to redefine is just to make my life more efficient so that I can accomplish the things, all the things that I'd like to do in my life. So I'm in my kitchen because one of the things I want to accomplish is creating new habits and sticking to those habits. So I have to strategically work towards doing things in a way that I will create the right habit, okay? Because I don't have any more time to fool around in my life. So everything that I do now has to stick, and it has to be just the way I want it. So yeah, I'm kind of a stickler for things to be done a certain way, and I don't think that's ever going to change. But what I'd like to do is redefine some things so that it can be clear. I can be clear on exactly what I want to do. Now, a lot of times I will embark on a project and not finish that project. Does that sound familiar to you? It's something that we all do. So what I want to start doing is really redefine my purpose for why I attempt to do certain projects and why they don't get finished, and whether or not it's something that I should even work on at all. And let me add again, at this time in my life. A lot of what I want to do is new. There are things that I may not have done before to the extent that I'd like to be able to do it. So therefore, I am going to have to do research and study, read books that I've never read, do things that I've never done to be able to create the new life that I'm looking to achieve. If you're where I am, then come and join me on this journey to redefine, redevelop, and to some extent, maybe even reinvent some things in our lives so that we can be our best selves. Everybody talks about being their best selves, but being your best self is going to take work. You're going to have to take yourself apart. You're going to have to take access of your life and take a hard look at things that you have done to determine whether or not you should continue in that vein or you should change some things. My son introduced me to a new thought process, and it really makes so much sense. He said you have to slow down to speed up. That has been resonating with me for days and days and days, and I'm really getting to understand the importance of just being able to slow down, just sit back, take access, take a deep breath, breathe in some clean oxygen, and then go for it. There are a lot of changes that I have determined to make in this new year, and one of those things is not to let people push my buttons unnecessarily. I don't want my foot on the gas when I need a break. okay? And I'm not saying that the people in my life are doing that to me, but sometimes I can feel rushed. It's not them, it's me. It's because of my old habits. Now, for those of you who don't know, okay, I am a mother of 13 children. Yes, I have birthed all 13 children. The first were a set of twins, and I have been busy all my life. So I had my twins almost a month after I turned 19 years old. And from 19 to my first at 19, the set of twins, to my last at 41, I have been busy, okay? And so that has been the habit of my life. My life has been the life of a caregiver. Now, my youngest is 22 years old. That's the baby that I had at 41. And I don't have little children anymore. Au contraire, I have 25 grandchildren. So my life is pretty full, and it's very easy for someone like me to get lost in the shuffle. So you know what? I'm being quite honest with you. I am an organizer, I am a planner, I have been doing domestic duties, business duties, because I'm also a businesswoman. I run a business with my husband and have since 1983. And so I need to learn how to slow down, to speed up. So when I talk about speeding up, I'm not talking about rushing. I'm not talking about going full speed ahead like a bull. No, I'm talking about being strategic, sitting down, contemplating. These are the things that I do on a regular basis. But again, I'm not always doing these things for myself. So now, this year, at 64 years old, I am embarking on a life of being just a little bit selfish, just so that I can start taking care of myself and develop that habit so that I won't feel like it's being selfish. It'll become normal. Most of what I do in my life is work related, and I love to work. It's a habit. I do take the time out to indulge in hobbies. I have lots of hobbies. My hobbies are of creative nature. So I love scrapbooking, I love sewing, I love crafting, and organizing is a habit for me too, because I get to enjoy with all the things that I do in life, whether it's a hobby or it's business or it's domestic duties, I get to implement my organizational skills. And that's something else that I'd like to be able to share with you. All right, so one way that I stay organized is that I use my project planner. And this is simply a binder that I use. I like the fact that I can see it, okay? That helps me to identify things, and that makes it quick and easy for me to get to, because I have a lot of binders. So the fact that I have this title on top helps me to just pull out the one that I need. Then there are times that I just go ahead and use my clipboard, because this is just quick and easy. So if I'm not trying to make sure that I'm putting things in a certain order and I just need to scratch write it, I can just, get some copy paper and just pull this out. What I have on these pages, I can either transfer the information into the correct place, or I can do this. Now we're just getting over the holidays, and this is the holiday paperwork, my plans and all the things that I was doing for the holidays and notes and whatnot. So what I would do at this point, because to me it is memorabilia, and this was a shopping list that I had, I would just simply 3-punch the papers that I really want to hold on to and just put it in my keepsake binder. And I realized that I'm not really good at daily journaling, but I do write every day, and it is a journal in that I am dating everything. It's just that the things that I write, the things that I'm doing are going into different books, planners, or albums. But what I do is I hold on to the things that I've written, because it's not important to rewrite everything. And if I was to do that, I would really be slowing myself down and eliminating opportunities to do new things. There are things that I may need to jot down just so that I can put it in its proper place. So having a sticky pad long enough or big enough so that you can put down enough information is invaluable. I misplaced my label machine, so I'm just going to jot down find D.I.V.A. Okay, so I just put find D.I.V.A. on here because I keep forgetting to look for it and pull it off. So where would I put this? I would put this someplace where I can find it, okay? So I would just stick it right here, okay? Because this is a binder that I'm using. I have this other little book that has various sizes of sticky notes, and I bought a few of these, and this is the only one that I have been using. It has the little envelope here where you can put receipts in or sticky notes. This is the one that I use in my dressing room. Okay, so the stickiness came off of this one, so I just have to refix this. So let me just take it out for now and just show it to you like this. This is my glamour guide. And take this off because this I use for something else, and I want to be strategic about what I do this year. So this is what I will be using in my dressing room. My dressing room needs a lot of work, and when I look at all the things that needs to be done in that room, I realize that I need to just stop, drop and roll. I need to start just jotting down simple things that I need to do to accomplish it a little at a time. This is good to do that with. These are just notepads. They're not sticky notes, but these are. So right here, you have a tab this size to be able to write something small here, and I like to use these more for labels. The same with this, okay? And like I said, this can be used to put maybe the notes inside of so I don't lose it. And then on this side, which I have to fix, is where this goes. This is simply a calendar without dates. So I can use this and put any date I want on it from Monday through Sunday. And again, once I write whatever I need to write on here to remember, it even has a note section, I can just fold it and put it into the envelope if it's important enough. I have this cookbook that I've had for a long time that I never really used, so I'm going to start using it. All-time favorite salads. Okay, this is an old cookbook, but I love the old cookbooks because they have recipes that you're not going to see a lot of today. Okay, and I'm getting a whole lot of ideas out of here because I'm deciding, how do I want my kitchen to look? I turn everything into a project, but when I look at, I can read in so many other things that would help me to redefine my life. Case in point, there are utensils and containers that we use to store our food. And if you are like me, you are particular about the things that you use to store your food, this would help give you ideas of things that you could use that maybe you didn't think of. I'm going to show you an idea that I had. It has one use, and I turned it into another use. I was at a gathering about a year and a half ago, and there were people who were drinking, and I don't drink. I haven't an alcoholic beverage since 1985. So I've been making some changes in my life. So this was a bottle of Patron tequila, 100% tequila. And I saw this bottle and I fell in love with it. And I said, you know what? I can use that bottle to store my extra virgin olive oil. And so this is it, extra virgin olive oil. Now, the only thing is, I would like to remove this label. I haven't done that yet. I've just been using the bottle. Something like this works better for me because when I'm working in the kitchen, I like to be able to just grab it like this, open it, pour it, put the top back on, and just sit it down. We're going to have to do some reading and studying and research if we're going to be embarking on redefining, at some point redeveloping and reinventing our lives. We're going to learn how to do things that maybe we're not so familiar with. So this is a cookbook that I've had for a very long time, and I've used it to some degree. You can see it's a little worn, but there is so much more that I need to know that is in this book, especially with the new diet that I am embarking on. So this is how to cook everything, simple recipes for great food. Now this book does not only contain recipes, it talks about things like cooking at high altitudes. It has measurement conversions, helpful substitutes for foods. You know how that is. There was something I was making the other day for my family, and I didn't think I had sour cream. So I Googled, what do you use in place of sour cream? And Google showed me that I could use the substitute of cream cheese. Now, that was important for me to know. I want to be able to create a kitchen where I can have everything at my fingertips so that I don't have to go digging and ask Google questions. This is my daily devotional, The Confident Woman. And this devotional just really gives me such a jump start on my day. And today is January 7th, and I'm going to read that one to you. It says, take care of yourself. How appropriate. And Asa did right in the eyes of the Lord, as did David his father. Also, Maacah his mother, he removed from being queen mother, because she had an image made for the goddess Asherah. Asherah destroyed her image, burning it by the brook Kidron. That's 1 Kings 15, 11, and 13. Okay, so if you don't understand the Old Testament and all the passages in the Bible, I completely understand. But trust me, in this Confident Woman book, it will turn that scripture around and make it relatable. And so that's what's going to happen here. Country singer Wynonna Judd knows what can happen when you don't think about yourself. At 17, she had accepted Christ, but the whirlwind years of fame and fortune had created a deep sense of insecurity for her. She felt like she had to take care of everyone. She worked through 2 pregnancies so she could ensure that the 30 families of her crew would continue to have an income. She ate when she felt empty inside, and she spent enormous amounts of money on her family and friends. The need to please everyone eventually caught up with her, and in 2004, Wynonna found herself overweight, out of money, guilt-stricken, and close to losing her 525-acre farm. She's now 20 pounds lighter. She's cut back her excessive spending, and she's learned to say no. Women in particular want to please people, especially their family, but they need to be very aggressive in standing against getting out of balance in this area. You must take care of yourself in order to take care of anyone else. Do you see what I'm talking about? No, I did not. I never read this before. I didn't even know that it was here, okay? But how appropriate it is that we're discussing taking care of ourselves, and here we have a case in point. So now here's the prayer. Lord, it's challenging to know when I need to pull back and restore my own self. Help me to serve and give while staying in balance. Amen. A simple prayer. Like I said, this daily devotional really helps me to jumpstart my day. Now, of course, we could use the slogan, just a little dab will do ya. But for me, because I always desire to work towards becoming more spiritually sound and closer to the Lord, which is my #1 priority, there's more studying that I need to do than just this. But if I am in a crunch and I have not gotten to do in-depth study, I feel so much better when at least I've done this. Okay, so that I recommend for all of you, because we all need to stay balanced, and there's only one way to stay balanced. That is to recognize that we are spirit, soul, and body, and to feed and nurture all 3 areas of our life, which also includes exercise, which I'm not going to talk about on this video. Not today. I purchased this book. This is a recipe book. I love this book. I have not used it yet, and I'm glad I didn't use it because if I had, I would have filled it with foods that I'm no longer eating now. Okay, so let's open it up and see what's inside. Okay, so it starts with this little clear pouch, and in this area, although I'd like it to be flat and not bulky, because it's really not that kind of a book, what I'd like to do is put a pen in here so that when I grab it, the pen is already there. I also want to put maybe some flashcards or something of that sort, or maybe not. Maybe I would have put something like this in here, but because I'm particular, this I just grabbed because I wanted to use it for you as an example, but I'd really like to put something colorful in here. Okay, so I could have a sticky pad to use when I need it. This is an all-adult household. I live with my husband and 4 of our young adult children. They are the last 4, and I'm married. All right, so now we have a measurement equivalent. It goes down to the conversion of a tablespoon, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. It converts it to cups, ounces, and then a cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, 4, 6, 8, 16, and then the other. How 1 cup equals 48 teaspoons. Did you know that? 1 liter equals a 1/4 gallon, which equals 4 1/4 cups. 16 ounces, which equals 1 pound. I want to create a printable that I can stick on my cabinet, put on the inside of my cabinet, so I don't have to make this page foodie. All right, it stays nice and clean because, like I said, I'm a stickler and I'm pretty particular about how I like to keep things. All right, so let's just look on the next page. Here we have the kitchen substitutes. I was talking to you about that. Again, I want to create printable, and I want to, cover it and laminate it so that I can put it on the inside of my cabinet. So this is kitchen substitutes. The original baking powder. What do you substitute for baking powder? The substitute for baking powder will be 1 teaspoon, if that's what you need. You could substitute 1 teaspoon of baking powder for a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda plus a 1/2 teaspoon of cream of tartar. Okay, do you see how important this is? A lot of these resemble labels that you may have in your craft stash, which you can also use. So this just gives you an idea that you don't have to use this. And if you have some sort of cookbook or a binder that you're going to use for your recipes, this gives you the idea that you can use what you have in your scrapbooking stash or in your craft stash. This could be a longer recipe. You have the name of the recipe from the kitchen of what the ingredients are, what the directions are, and on the back, you get to continue. So those are nice little recipe cards, and you can certainly use a recipe box for that. This is the Cook's Organizer. This I got from the Goodwill store, and I paid 99 cents for it. I still have to take that price tag off. Okay, this is a place for everything and everything in its place. I organize all the time. So what I'm doing here in the kitchen is no different from what I do every day in some area, whether I'm in my bedroom, dressing room, office, garage, refrigerator, freezer, it does not matter. And as a matter of fact, I just redid my freezers, because we have more than one refrigerator and defreezer. I reorganized everything a couple days ago, and it's refined. it's so much easier for me to get to things. And so it's a process because things may have to change from one time to another. And when it needs to be changed, you just make the change. Okay, I bought this book in 2020 and I have not written in this book yet. Okay, look at this. I love this book. All right, let's get closer. Preparing food. This talks to you about basting, beating, binding, blanching, clarify, cream, cut in, deglaze, dice, dilute, flake, fold, glaze, infuse, julienne, marinate, puree, score, sieve. And it also indicates oven temperatures. So this is cooking methods. Fry, broil, roast, bake, casserole, braise, poach, parboil, barbecue, steam. This is microwave magic, and this is time for reheating foods in a microwave. And equal exchanges. For instance, one slice of bread, if you're going to exchange one slice of bread, you can exchange it for a quarter cup of cooked macaroni, which equals one small potato, which equals a third cup of cooked rice. Okay? Then it goes into healthy cooking, herbs and spices, soups, sauces and spices, meat. Now look at this. Look at the cuts of beef. It shows you where the rump is, the silver side, top side, thick flank, the leg, sirloin, shin, rib, so on and so forth. Roasting times, there's the cuts of a pig, and poultry. Okay, so it goes into the roasting time for chicken, turkey, duck, wild duck or goose, serving sizes, thawing poultry, stuffing chicken, unstuffed chicken when you're cooking, fish, how to fillet a fish. This book is heavy. How to fillet a fish, how to cut the fish head off, how to make a deep incision, how to make a shallow cut. And these are the common categories of fish: white fish, fresh water fish, shellfish, oily fish like salmon. I want to sum this up to end this particular segment by just letting you know that on this journey that we're going on, we're going to do some exciting things. And a lot of these things I have not done, okay? Some things I have, some things I've done just to a smaller extent. Okay, so I'm going to be using a lot of my kitchen appliances, things that I have not used, have not opened, maybe used before, but these are new. Used before, but it was a very, very long time ago. Used before, but I was using it for someone else. But these are things that I'm going to be using for myself, for this new habit that I'm creating, for this new diet that I have implemented. Okay, so there you have it. I hope you stay till the end of this video because I wanted you to get a full scope of what I'm going to be doing on my channel. I'm still doing decorating and all of the other things that you've seen me do, working in my dressing room and all those things. And the reason I started those videos was to position myself to creating this new redefined life for myself as a mature woman, so that I could now go from doing a lot of things for other people to learning how to do it for myself, to be able to take care of myself, to be able to present myself to the world as a woman who is confident and who has herself together, not just on the outside, but on the inside too. So if you are looking to embark on such a journey, why don't you join me? Because this is something we can do together. I'm hoping that the things that I research, the things that I study, the things that I'm reading, the things that I learn, I can share with you. And I would love it if you would share it with me too, because I'm not going to be able to do everything myself. I'm going to need you too. So let's do this together. Again, I'm Justine, the domestic diva, diligent and virtuous attributes. And now you know why, okay? I'll see you on the next video. Ciao for now.